Hello, Fee Jamieson-Folland, beaming in with this week's hot topic, which is, this is where it all starts, with moi. And in fact, interestingly, my experience has been that the buck starts and stops with me. So what I was finding is that there'd be several things that I'd like to, in several different areas where I'd be thinking, oh, it'd be so good if, say, one that comes to mind is a beautiful island called Matangi, which is actually a bird sanctuary just in the Hauraki Gulf, just off Auckland. And I remember thinking, oh, it'd be so cool to see more progress with native trees being planted there, more of them available, more there, a denser forest again, because a lot of, you may be aware that a lot of New Zealand has been cleared, or was cleared years and years ago, of the native forest, and bit by bit in areas of conservation it's being replanted. And for people who own their own land, there's a big movement to plant native trees. It would be a good thing anywhere in the world, but particularly in New Zealand, because some of the trees there are absolutely spectacular. Anyway, and so we've visited this island quite a lot and like to go and take trips there, take nieces and nephews there, and really explore it and enjoy it to its fullest. And I remember actually on one of the first trips that I took Chris on for his birthday, actually we managed to arrange to be able to stay in one of the dock sites over there. It's actually not so much a dock site, it's a place where people, a dock, by the way, is Department of Conservation, a place where people go to study the kiwi, the local kiwi birds that come out at night, nocturnal birds. Anyway, there are like bunks there, and we managed to rent one for the night. So it's very basic, but it was an amazing experience going out kiwi spotting at night. It was amazing. Anyway, I digress. So I really wanted to see some changes happening there, and realized that, okay, at the end of the day, it all starts with me, certainly when it comes to giving back. And so we decided we contribute each year to organizations and philosophies that really make sense to us and making a difference in the world positively. And we donated to the Tere Matangi Trust, and it was so magic early this year, at the time of filming, popping over with two of my nieces. I took over for the day, and we went and had a look, and it was extraordinary to see the difference in terms of the amount of native trees that are now there. And there's been this intensive reforestation program that's been happening, and it's so cool to see the results of that, and the increased bird life, and obviously the knock-on effect within the community. And I've also seen this in other areas, like, for example, communication with Chris. So if things have got a little bit off track, if I want to see them get back on track again, who does it begin with? Well, it begins with moi. It might be offering the olive branch, or it might be apologizing. It's like there's probably something that there will have been something I would have done that's not ideal. So knock-on effect with that I found when it comes to physical health, general well-being, is, gosh, I just feel so much better about myself by taking those steps. So when it comes to things that the difference that being the change that I choose to see in the world, it's probably the best way to put it. And the sense of well-being and sense of self, and it's not the big. I don't mean big-headedness when I say feeling better about myself. It's more about it actually impacts my general well-being, my self-confidence, my sense of self-esteem. So enough about me. What about you? I'm curious to hear if this is what you found, if there's a different experience you've had, any specific experiences you've had, like some of the stories I've shared. And until we get to connect and I have you all to myself on this week's Alive with Fee, I always look forward to hearing from you. So, ciao for now.